Today we are joined by first-year associate head coach and third overall assistant coach Chris Grant of the North Park men's soccer team. The Vikings are coming off an 11-5-3 record from a year ago and a 4-2-1 record in the conference last year, and not to mention a 7-0-1 record at home from a year ago. So, Chris, how are you today?
Very good, Kevin. How are you doing?
Good. Nice to be talking with you today. Yeah, just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this being your first season as the associate head coach under Coach Bourne. What are your expectations now for this team coming back for the 2014 season?
Well, we have a good group of returners. You know, we have Wesley, Woodley, Marcus Foodstad, Frederick Reif, and Diego Lashley, all conference players last year. We're expecting them to perform just like last year. We lost possibly four started from last year, but I think this year we're going to be a little bit deeper. We have a lot of young guys coming in, and also 4 new Swedes that we're excited about. So yeah, high hopes for this season. I think we should be up there, and our goal, of course, is to win the CCLW, and I think we have the roster to do that.
Absolutely. You guys had 6 all-conference players last year, with 4 of them returning: Frederick Grafe, Marcus Foodstad, Diego Lashley, and Wesley Woodley. Talk a bit about what those guys are going to bring back to the starting lineup this year.
Yeah, I mean, they're all talented players. A guy like Frederick Graves, fantastic on the team. You know, he's one of those all-round players. He can play all different positions. You know, sometimes you feel bad as a coach, you know, telling Frederick today you play center mid, you know, and the next day you're a winger. But it's a fantastic player to have on the team. Diego Lashley, hardworking. I think he improved. He had a fantastic preseason so far. He turned out to be a really good leader. Same with Wesley. He's going to be a captain this year. Really lucky bringing Wesley in from St. Francis, a D1 school in New York. Last year I thought he was the best goalkeeper in our conference. So we're excited to have him on the team. And Marcus Foodstad also coming back. You know, Marcus is one of those players that he will score goals for you. You know, he's not the fastest player out there, but he has a nice shot, and he will create points for you. That's for sure. So
absolutely. Let's touch a little bit about that 7-0-1 record you guys had at home last year. Talking about just what your fans are able to bring to North Park men's soccer, and just what kind of an atmosphere that they bring. I know that they're called Foster's finest, and they definitely are the finest fans, coming dressed up in everything that they possibly can to deter the spirits of the opposing team. Talking about just what the fans bring to the atmosphere to North Park men's soccer.
Oh, of course, it's fantastic. You know, as a coach, we're very fortunate to have that. We really need like motivational speeches before those games. You know, if you have 1,000 or 2,000, even 3,000 people at the game, sometimes, you know, we know the guy's going to be fired up and play their hardest no matter what. The hard part really as a coach is, you know, when we play at home Friday or Saturday night in front of a big crowd, and then you go on the road the next day and play in front of like 50 people. That's where it's hard to motivate the guys. But it's really a fun atmosphere, and it's not normal in D3, and we're very fortunate to have that support from the campus around here. So yeah.
We talked a little bit about some of the returning guys, 4 all-conference guys returning, but talk about some of the newcomers you got coming to this team for this year, and what kind of impact they're going to make for the team.
Yeah, like I mentioned, we have 4 new Swedes, all decent players. We're I think starting our game tonight, we're going to start with 2 of them. We have Keba Sanyang. He's a winger, very smooth guy, quick. And then we have Stanley Lokamba. He's a center mid, very smooth on the ball. You know, good first touch, good passes. And I think both of those guys have been improving every practice from now on. We have high hopes for those guys. We also have Robin Charmin and Johannes Carlson, decent players that I expect good things from this year. We have a couple of good Americans as well. We have Jason Gonzalez, a defender that we might compete for a starting position this year. If not, definitely a top 15 player. So we've been really surprised with Jason over the preseason for a fact. And plays very big. He's not a big guy, but yeah, heart of a lion. And then we have Nathaniel Paisley, a good guy coming from Sockers. Also an all-around player, just like Frederick we talked about before. He can play winger, he can play center mid, defense. If he's not going to be ready this year, which we hope, he's definitely going to be a fantastic player in the future. We have, I can't mention them all, but we have Christian Dinter, a good defender. big guy that we also think, going to see the field a little bit this year, and we have high hopes for the future. We have Carlos Rodriguez, the center mid, that good player, good with the ball, typical Mexican player, smart player. Let me see, am I forgetting anyone? If I do, I'm sorry. We have a lot of guys that will be out there. This year, we carry a 43 people roster. And previous years have been kind of easy for us to pick out our top 15 or top 20. This year, it's not. We have a very solid roster and not a drop off like it's been in the past. So good practice for sure. Very happy with the preseason. Fantastic team chemistry. All the guys been working really, really hard. It's one of those teams where you don't have to yell. You just put the ball out there and they playing their best. So we're very happy about the preseason so far. We have a couple of injuries. One of our key players, Dominic Varzola, that we hope is going to take another step and become a starting player this season. He's out with a foot injury.
Okay.
Hopefully be back in a week or two, and a couple of other small injuries. But yeah, we're excited about taking on Benedictine tomorrow night. Benedictine played a fantastic game against us last year. I think they were one of the best teams we played all year. I think they had their best game against us, but certainly not an easy game. I forgot to mention too, Johan Gustafsson is one of our better players. Is out with a back injury, and hopefully he'll be back from Friday. So yeah, small injuries after a hard preseason, which is kind of normal. So.
Okay. I guess the last question that I have for you is, I know that from my own perspective personally, even when you were on the team, I mean, you guys just mixed it up on your offense, defense, possession. You guys were all over the place. So that's what was a great thing that confused a lot of teams, which led you guys to a lot of victories. But what do you think you guys are going to base the success on this year? Is it going to be more the defensive side of things? Is it going to be more of possession? Is this going to be like a really big striker type team, or what do you think it's going to come from?
Well, we've been working on defense most of the preseason. And college soccer is different from European soccer. It's very high pace, high pressure, and especially when we have a new European players, we need them to buy into that system. And we have a talented team. We know they're going to create a lot of chances on their own. So the important part for us has been the defense this year, for sure.
Okay. All right. I want to thank you again, Chris, for taking
Thank
the time.
you. Have a good one.
Make sure that you come out and see the Vikings tomorrow night when they take on Benedictine. Thanks so much.